Are you happy? Are you safe? More importantly, are you financially secure, or are you sitting at your kitchen table right now, looking at your retirement accounts, feeling a pit in your stomach? Listen to me. We need to have a very serious, very honest conversation today. There is an app out there that people keep asking me about, especially those of you who are retired or are just about to cross that finish line into retirement. The app is called Lenme. And the question landing in my inbox over and over again is, Susie, what is Lenme? Is it a safe place for me to invest my hard-earned retirement cash to get a little extra income, or is it a safe place to borrow if I'm in a temporary jam? I want you to look at me right now. If you are approaching your 60s, if you are in your 70s, or if you are already living on a fixed income, you cannot afford to make a single mistake with your money. Not one. The margin for error when you are young is wide because you have time to make that money back. But when you are retired, time is the one luxury you do not have. So today, I am going to break down Lenme for beginners, and I am going to give you the raw, unfiltered truth about whether this platform belongs anywhere near your wallet. First, let's understand exactly what Lenme is. It is what we call a peer-to-peer lending platform. That is a fancy way of saying it is a middleman app that connects everyday people who need to borrow money with everyday people who want to lend money. No traditional banks, no long lines at a brick-and-mortar branch, no mountain of paperwork. If you want to borrow, the app says you can request anywhere from a few $100s up to $5,000, and investors will bid on your loan. If you want to invest, you put your cash up, you pick a borrower, and you earn interest on that loan as they pay it back. On paper, it sounds like a win-win, doesn't it? It sounds modern, it sounds easy, and it sounds like a great way to bypass the big banks. But we don't live our financial lives on paper, my friends. We live them in reality. And the reality of peer-to-peer apps like Lenme changes drastically depending on which side of the coin you are standing on. Now, think about this logically. If a traditional financial institution, with all its billions of dollars and sophisticated data, looks at a borrower and says, "No, you are too risky for us to lend to," why on earth do you think a retiree who needs every single penny to pay for your healthcare, your groceries, and your housing should take on that risk? When you lend money on a peer-to-peer platform like this, you are taking on what is known as default risk. If that borrower decides not to pay you back, or if they lose their job, or if their life goes sideways, your money is gone. Just gone. The app isn't going to reimburse you. There is no FDIC insurance protecting your money on Lenme like there is at a real bank. If a borrower defaults, you are left holding an empty bag. And let's look at what real users are saying right now. There are countless reviews from people complaining about app glitches, customer service that is completely unreachable when things go wrong, and difficulties getting their money back out. On top of that, the platform charges monthly subscription fees just to participate. You are paying a fee for the privilege of risking your core capital. I have said it 1,000 times, and I will say it until the day I die. In retirement, the preservation of principal is your absolute highest priority. If you lose 20% of your retirement nest egg because you were chasing yield on a risky lending app, you can't just work an extra 5 years to replace it. You are done. You do not play casino games with your retirement money. If you want safety, you stick to treasury bills, you stick to certificates of deposit at an insured bank, and you stick to high-yield savings accounts. Do not let the fear of inflation drive you into the arms of uncollateralized peer-to-peer lending. It is a recipe for disaster. Now, let's look at the other side of the equation. What if you are watching this because you are retired, your budget is incredibly tight, and you are considering downloading Lenme because you need to borrow money? Maybe an unexpected utility bill came in, or your car needs a new radiator, or your medical copays were higher than you thought they would be this month. You are terrified because you don't want to ask your kids for money, your credit cards are already maxed out, and you see an ad saying you can get a cash advance on Lenme in minutes. How am I going to pay this money back next month if my fixed income didn't even cover my expenses this month? If you borrow $500 today to pay for groceries, next month you still have to buy groceries, but now you also have to pay back the $500 plus interest and fees. You are digging a hole that you will never, ever be able to climb out of. You are trapped in a cycle of debt, and a cycle of debt in your 60s or 70s will destroy your peace of mind and your health. So, what is your actionable takeaway today? What must you do right now instead? If you are an investor, your takeaway is simple: uninstall the app. Do not look at it. Do not tempt yourself with it. Your money belongs in safe, predictable, insured vehicles. You do not need the headache, you do not need the risk, and you do not need to be lending money to strangers on the internet. If you are a borrower and you are facing a financial shortfall, your actionable takeaway is to face the truth of your situation immediately. Stop looking for quick fix apps. Sit down with your budget and look at your cash flow. If your guaranteed retirement income, your Social Security, your pension, is less than your monthly living expenses, you have a structural problem. You need to downsize your life, cut every single unnecessary expense, look into local senior assistance programs, or find a way to bring in safe, sustainable part-time income if you are physically able. Do not borrow your way out of a cash flow deficit. You must be strong. You must be smart. And you must protect your security at all costs. Stand in your truth, protect your money, and say no to high-risk traps that promise easy answers but deliver nothing but heartache. You can do this. Stay safe and stay secure.